What's up, this is Danny Garcia, and you're now watching BehindTheGloves.com.
Yeah, no.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps and I'm here with Keith Thurman. Keith, first of all, we need to start off with your getup. Can I see your shoes? Where'd you get those shoes?
I got them back at home, you know, Tampa Bay, Florida, the International Mall. It's just, you know, a little updated on the swag a little bit, you know, got to look like a champ, talk like a champ, and fight like a champ. So that's that, man. Since
defeating Collazo, let's talk about what you've been up to.
Just relaxing. It's been raining heavy back at home, you know, so there hasn't been a lot to do. I went with my family. We spent some time at a theme park and things of that nature. Outside of that, I'm moving back at home, so I'm getting ready for a shift. I bought like one piece of furniture, but I'm scared to decorate the house all by my own. So like Monday, I'm thinking about going and getting an interior designer or whatever and getting some help there. I'm really just trying to make this happen within the next couple of weeks, get settled there, and then get ready to go back into camp.
So explain to me exactly where you were moving from to where you're moving to. You're moving back to is it Tampa?
No, so I was born and raised in Clearwater, but my gym is St. Pete Boxing, you know, in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is south from Clearwater. For years, I was doing a 35-minute commute, you know, with no highways or anything. So it's like a lot of lights, and sometimes there's a little bit of traffic. Not a lot of traffic when I go to the gym, but just, you know, 35 minutes there, 35 minutes back. You know, that's an hour and 10 minutes every day, and it just took up quite a bit of time. So I wanted to experience what it was like to be closer. I moved into St. Pete, and I'm only like 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes away from the gym, but in the process, now being that closer to the gym, back at home in Clearwater, that's where my mother is, and now it's harder to commute back and forth just to see my own mother. And I know Clearwater more because I was born and raised there. I know all the nooks and crannies and things of that nature. I came to the conclusion that location is more important than destination. Being able to drive. I'm still young. I don't mind being on the road. I can drive 30 minutes to work. It's not a big deal. I'd rather just drive 5 minutes to go see my own mother than 35 minutes. You know, you have to really plan out that day and things of that nature. So I'm just looking forward to the shift, getting back to where I come from, Clearwater, and just learning in life, man. My first house. Whoop, whoop.
Look, do you find it difficult to maintain? Obviously, you're young, you're successful, you're on top of your career, you're really still climbing that ladder, and yet you have of course, your personal life and you wanting to just be normal at the same time. So, like, do you have a problem balancing the two? I can imagine it being like you don't have much time, considering how much time boxing requires.
Now, at this level, you know, boxing is more draining. You know, it's more than just a sport. It is a business. There's a lot that comes with it. There's a lot of responsibility, and there's a lot of pressure, you know, but I believe that I'm handling it quite well. It only gets more and more the more you go up into the ranks and you represent yourself as a champion. You know, there's only, you know, bigger standards, you know, bigger crowds, more articles, you know, more press releases, things of that nature. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it, though, because this is what I wanted ever since I was a kid. This is the life that I wanted to live. This is the person that I wanted to be, was a champion of the world. And so I'm enjoying the position that I'm in, and I look forward to going further.
Do you find yourself getting more noticed, like as you're walking around, going places? How do you handle that?
I handle it the same as always. You know, I mean,
give you anxiety?
Nah, my favorite thing is what I call that is that, you know, is it, like, they're not even saying, I can just hear their thoughts. Is that, and then they might start off with, hey, you box, yo, you box, or you that fighter, or didn't I see you on TV? You the one that want to fight Mayweather? That's my favorite. Yo, that's the kid that want to fight Mayweather. He want to fight Mayweather, you know. And then some girl, oh, you want to fight Mayweather? Oh, well, then you got to be pretty good. Yeah, girl, you know, we're good. We do our thing. 26-0, 22 knockouts. You know, you guys know the resume. But it's just fun, and it's a journey, just like life. Life is a journey, and it's a process. And and in this sport, I tell people all the time, you know, you kind of do learn as you go, because the trainer teaches you how to box, but he doesn't teach you how to give interviews. They don't teach you how to handle your money. They don't teach you how to pay your taxes. They don't teach you a whole lot of things. So you
How
kind
to
of
handle the attention, the fame, everything that comes with it.
everything, how to dress. You know what I mean? They don't teach you these things, you know, so you just got to learn as you go.
Have you had a stalker experience yet? Anybody that's been maybe a little too close for home?
Nah, no.
Really?
No cray-crays.
I find myself having cray-crays.
Oh, you know, you're a woman too, and you know, you get targeted a little differently. You know.
But I just would figure that nothing at all.
Nah, you know, we keep real cool and collective. I have a real tight inner circle, you know, follow me at the fights. You know, we got the same people around me all the time. I don't got a crazy entourage. I don't just bring a lot of people, even like some of my peoples back at home that have been my peoples for a very long time. I mean, we go way back, and they know my life is a little bit busier now, but I spend time with them. They come over, we hang out and things like that. But nobody's really stalking me.
Well, that's always good. What's been your biggest purchase, aside from obviously you just bought your first home, but like when you got your first big paycheck, what did you do with that?
I mean, technically, you know, the houses beat everything. I've yet to upgrade my car. So with my first HBO fight, I bought a Toyota Prius back in 2012. And I did that because I gave myself no permission to buy any sports cars, because that's what I've driven ever since I was young. I've always had a sports car that I was riding, and I've gotten tickets and things of that nature.
Damn, you had a sports car when you were before you had all the come up?
For the come up, you know. I mean, first car I drove off the lot was a Mustang, you know. I mean, it wasn't nothing special. It wasn't a V8. It was just a V6, but you know, it was my first whip, and it revved harder than the Toyota Corolla I drove. You know what I'm saying? So I rode that. Then my boy hooked me up with a ricer. I had a Integra stick shift with 10 pounds of boost in it. You know what I'm saying? I had a downpipe. Man, that boy, whoo, you want to talk about a little rocket? Man, that thing was a lot of fun, but it got me in a lot of trouble real quick. The cops just pulled me over just to pull me over. Like, they knew, you know what I mean? Carbon fiber hood and stuff. They were pulling me over if I was going, you know, 25 in a 20, you know. So I just kind of learned my lesson that I didn't want that much heat on me. And so then I got the same car, but not souped up. I switched it out, and I had another Integra, Acura. It got totaled, and then
What happened there?
I hit somebody. They hit the, you know, it was yellow. They could have just, you know, it was right there, you know. Old person stomping on the brakes on a yellow, just stopping for everybody. And I ain't even gonna lie, man, I'm putting myself on blast. I was on the cell phone. I was on the celly, you know what I'm saying? So I got tagged for careless and reckless driving for telling the officer that I was talking on the phone at the time of the accident. And the funny thing with that is the accident occurred 2 days before a fight that I had in Tampa way back in the day. So I actually had the accident. Next day I had to get driven to the weigh-ins. The next day I had to get driven to my own fight back at home, you know. And that was a good fight. So
And a good lesson learned, I'd imagine.
good lesson learned. I ended up being carless for
Don't drive and talk on your cell phones.
never, and buckle up, you know. But ever since then, and even after then, I was carless for a little bit. I got another stick shift car. So it took me a little while, but I learned that I should stay away from that. And so with my first big paycheck, I bought a Prius right off the lot, 2012. I'm looking forward to upgrading. I enjoy the hybrid, right? But I'm thinking about hitting that next level and going grabbing that Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you know, I don't ever want to see a gas pump ever again, you know. We're going to go fully electric. So,
You got great taste.
forward to doing.
Well, look, Keith, let's start talking about your career. I know I go a little off topic, and I apologize. But look, you seem to get, I feel like, not enough credit. And people are constantly wanting to downplay the fact that you are where you are because you earned it. What do you have to say to people who are constantly doubting you, never giving you the credit that you deserve?
Well, you know, boxing is a very interesting sport when it comes to downgrading fighters, because people downgrade almost all of the world-class fighters for a long time. You know, I mean, you know, you got a backseat driver who thinks they know how you should drive, and you got all these non-boxers telling world-class professionals how they should be boxing and who they should be fighting and what they should have done in that fight. You know, so you know, a lot of people would say that Floyd Mayweather doesn't get the credit that he deserves, you know, and he's pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. You know, I know for a fact that I've been devastating and been destroying the welterweight division in a fashion that a lot of other welterweights have not done in a very long time. And me and my team and my family were very proud of that, and we look forward to what's coming in the future. You know, you cannot impress everybody, especially not every time, you know. But like I said earlier about it being a journey and it being a process, you know, I'm just going to enjoy this process. I'm going to enjoy this career that I'm having. I'm already a kid. In my eyes, I'm a young boy who already made his dreams come true.
Right.
You know, so to me, life is beautiful, and I enjoy what I'm bringing into the world of boxing. I enjoy the action. On the flip side, I've heard people tell me, I'm watching boxing again because of you. Your fights are so entertaining that I like watching boxing, and I'm definitely going to watch every fight that you're in, you know. So I've heard both sides, you know. With the critics out there, you know, it can be a double-edged sword, because there's a lot of people that love you, but there's a lot of people that still look at you sideways and don't give you the complete respect. But those people also kind of motivate you to work a little harder and keep giving the great fights that I've been given, or possibly give better fights than that. So we'll see what happens in the future.
What do you think about people saying that after you fought Collazo, and I know this definitely isn't my opinion, but I'm just repeating what people are constantly saying, that you got exposed, even though you dominated the fight, yet you were exposed?
Yeah. So Mayweather was exposed when Mosley clocked him upside the head. You know what I'm saying? A punch is a punch is a punch, right? My name is One Time, and I try to represent that all the time, okay? And what One Time is the fact that within the 3-minute time frame and 12 consecutive rounds, there can be one shot within any of those rounds that completely changes the pace of the fight, how the fight is going, you know, whether it's just one punch that leads to a knockdown, one punch that is a knockdown, one punch that's a complete knockout. You know what I'm saying? One punch that busts somebody's nose and now they don't fight the same ever since their nose got busted, or a punch that cuts a fighter. You know, so there's many different forms of what One Time really is. And
One Time is not just a knockout like everyone wants to. Yeah.
One Time is not just a knockout. One Time is a singular devastating blow. Okay? And One Time is not just me. Though I am Keith One Time Thurman, and I bring it and I represent it every time I step in the ring. But One Time is what boxing is all about. And there was one time in that fight, in the 5th round, where I suffered a devastating left hook to the body. And it was devastating. It wasn't a little soft punch. He turned his body into it. He was ducked down, and he swung that punch, and he landed clean, crystal clear, you know. We saw Oscar De La Hoya take that punch and get dropped by Bernard Hopkins, you know. We've seen other world-class fighters through the ages. I've dropped fighters with that body punch. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and how many of these people that have these comments are actual boxers? How many of them had 100 fights in the amateurs? How many of them have stepped in this ring for 4 rounds in their lifetime? One round. You know, how many of them have ever even been punched in the face before? You know, so, you know, an opinion is an opinion, and every man, we're in America, you have freedom of speech, you have the right to your own opinion, but I really just don't let that faze me. And if anything, if I did get exposed of any shape or degree, then it's my job to go to the drawing board and tighten up.
Who do you want next? Right now, obviously, we know that Mayweather is going with Berto. Though it's not been officially announced, we all know Berto's getting that fight, which, by the way, last time we spoke, we were sort of discussing who we thought deserved the Floyd Mayweather fight, and Berto just sort of came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Is because this is one thing I like to try to remind people is you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but real boxing business is going to be done without any of your guys' opinions. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we talk about, real boxing is going to be done, you know, in negotiations behind the scenes. And Floyd Mayweather is the kind of man who picks who he wants to fight. This is what he wanted. The networks agreed to it. He's going to get it. No one's going to, you know, stop it from happening. And, you know, and we're all going to hope for the best, and we're going to hope for a good fight, you know, just like any other fight.
And yourself, who would you like to fight next?
Me personally, I'm highly interested in an AMIR KHAN fight. A lot of the fans are interested in it. You know, we both fought Luis Collazo. We both fought Julio Diaz, you know, so we have two common opponents. He's been at welterweight for a while now. He should be comfortable at 147. So that's the fight that I would like to make happen. You know, I think a lot of fans think that he's fast enough, that he might have the proper skills to fully expose Keith one-time Thurman. You know, and with that, I would like to, you know, shut all that out with a simple, legitimate match. You can talk about how he did that to Collazo. Collazo hit me with a body shot. But don't forget, Julio Diaz hit him to the chin and dropped him. Julio Diaz didn't touch me with anything, and I made Julio Diaz retire. So, you know, how do you really want to look at it? We can keep talking all day. I want to see some paperwork. I want to see a contract. I want to hear about a date. What do you think, Amir? You're going to be ready in October? You need till November? You want a Christmas present in December? You let me know.
Well, look, it's always great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time. Do you have a, like, Instagram, Twitter, anything that where they can follow your...
One-time Thurman. That's the Instagram. Twitter at Keith F. Thurman Jr. and Facebook at Keith Thurman Jr. Thank you so much for all your love and support, and keep watching your boy, because I'm going to be entertaining the world of boxing for many years to come. One love.
Bye, fight fans. Hey, fight fans, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.